How many people read the article on spiral dynamics? Oh, good. Now that's good. I mean, don't feel guilty if you didn't, but oh, I'm so ashamed. Well, remember when it got to green on spiral dynamics? Okay, remember green, egalitarian, multicultural, non-hierarchical? Okay, so green doesn't like different types. That sounds too hierarchical. Green says, you know, masculine and feminine, I don't know, that sounds like categories. Masculine likes depth of consciousness, feminine likes being in a wellspring of love. Well, that's not fair. And so there's a moral judgment against that. And so you have difficulty teaching that in academia. I mean, one of the reasons I get to teach whatever I want is because I'm not in academia. How many people know what the Enneagram is? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, the Enneatypes are very interesting. They track very well against Jack Panksepp's emotional control systems. Love that guy. John Gottman popularized that in his book, The Seven Somethings of Relationship. Seven Horsemen of Relationships. Okay, anyway. And they all track together, and it's very interesting. The Enneatypes track against the emotional control systems that neuroscientist Jack Panksepp has discovered, which tracks against other systems also. Quadrants, beautiful, good, and true, lines and levels, states and types. Now, the important thing today, well, there's lots of it, but one thing that's very important today is you're going to be noticing things that we all say and that I say, that we do, that feel true to you or not true. You're going to be noticing things that feel good or not good. You're going to be noticing things that feel beautiful or not beautiful. I encourage you to be very interested in those reactions, because that's your nervous system that's coming out of 100 billion neurons, each one with 10,000 connections to others. Okay, that's an awful lot of connections. That's, lots. Inside that, there are forces and at work, integrative processes that we're not aware of. Bogan and Bogan in Los Angeles studied creativity. He said, how does creativity work? They're neuroscientists. We just don't want to explain it. We want to study it. And so they studied it. And this is why I love neuroscientists. And they come up with good, hard, true data that we can replicate. And what they've found is that we take in input. You're going to take in a lot of input today, for instance. And then it goes into your right hemisphere, and it's processed unconsciously. There's connections being made with other data, with memories that you have, implicit memories and explicit memories, with beliefs that you have. And it, processes. And then you wake up one morning, you take a shower or something, or you're taking a walk on the beach, or you're talking with a friend, and wham, there's a flash of insight. Like that. That's our right hemisphere just feeding that to us. Sometimes it's an image. Like the guy who, Berkeley, who discovered the benzene molecule. Benzene molecule is the molecule of that looks like this. There's 6 carbon connections. And chemists couldn't understand how the aromatic compounds worked, because no one had ever discovered the benzene molecule. This explains it chemically. And so he was a chemist, he worried about it, woke up one morning and he had this vision in a daydream of a snake swallowing its tail. And he went, and then his left hemisphere, which is linear, logical, linguistic, said, snake swallowing its tail is 6 carbon. Wham! There was the benzene molecule. And it explained an enormous amount of things about the aromatic compounds. But that's how it works. And so that processing is happening. And what I like to do is I like to feed as much as I can into my consciousness. And I try to keep the crap out. I never watch horror movies anymore. Shoot 'em ups, I don't think so. And I'll watch romantic comedies, but only if there's a certain level of sophistication. I mean, I don't want to watch 4-year-olds falling in love anymore. I mean, I'm sick of that. And all that stuff is processing, and then wham, it comes as a flash. And then when it comes as a flash, I'll notice it, I'll write it down somewhere. And then I use my left hemisphere, which is, again, literal, linguistic, and so on, to begin to fit it into frameworks. Our left hemisphere is very good with frameworks.